Filling out your TeleCloud hosted phone design sheet is easy and should take between 10 and 20 minutes depending on the size of your PBX. The first tab is the Trunk, Hours, and Locations tab. This tab allows you to define whether or not the phones will be installed at multiple locations. Below you'll see your locations list. In this example, there are two locations, the Jackson location and the Rawlings location. Each have their own primary inbound phone number. In your business, if you choose just one number to contact both offices, that's okay too. To the right, you'll see additional phone numbers listed for each location. Below is the E911 Caller ID tab. Here, E911 is a service that allows emergency responders to automatically determine your location if you should call 911 for assistance. So we need to be sure this is accurate. In the list of outbound phone numbers, you'll see that there are three numbers listed. The first two are the main caller IDs for the primary inbound phone number. But the third is directly to John Doe. John is a salesperson that uses his own caller ID every time he makes outbound sales calls because he wants people to be able to call him directly. So we want to make sure that his address is also listed in case there's an emergency. This type of number is called a direct dial number, and we'll talk about that on the next tab. The next tab is called a Id Worksheet. Here you will list all of the phone numbers that you would like to be ported over to the TeleCloud platform. Although you don't have to port over all of your phone numbers, you should port any numbers that are publicly advertised to make sure that you don't lose them. The first column allows you to define the number type, whether it's a main number, a direct dial number, which we talked about earlier, or a fax number. Another number type is a rollover number. That number type is a phone number that may not be publicly advertised, but that just serves as an additional line for your company. For the address, you want to make sure and list whatever address is on the phone bill. This may or may not be the same as the actual physical address where the number is located. In this case, we can see that the two main numbers that were listed on the previous page for the Jackson and the Rawlings location are all located at the Jackson location in terms of their current phone bill. So while their physical addresses may be different, their billing address is the same. The last tab allows you to define your outbound caller ID name. Remember that there's only 15 letters maximum, and this includes spaces. The last tab is your Extensions tab. Here you'll be able to list the names of each extension or the location of each phone that you would like to install. If you don't currently use extensions in your business, don't worry. You can leave the B column blank, and we'll fill it in for you. If you have pre-existing extensions, we'll do our best to keep the current extensions that you have. At any location where you do not have specific people at that phone, you can also list the name of the location where the phone will be, such as conference room or lobby. You might also list the name of the department where the phone will be located. Although you don't have to list the email address, it does bring some very important perks. This includes things like use of the mobile app, the web client, and voicemail to email. Here we see that two of the extensions have their own direct desk number. These numbers were listed as additional numbers in our various locations. However, we can see that only John uses his direct line as an outbound caller ID, which is why we listed it in the E911. Jim Green does not use his own direct desk number as his outbound caller ID. He uses the main number. The additional notes section allows you to put anything that you feel may be pertinent for us to know for that extension. In this case, we put which office each extension was located. Now that you've filled out all three tabs, you're all finished. Please email your completed sheet to design@telecloudvoip.com. That's design@telecloudvoip.com. Thanks for watching, and welcome to the TeleCloud family.